Hiya folks, thanks for joining me on another metal detecting hunt. So I'm on this new permission again at a different field. I was looking on Google Maps yesterday evening and I spotted this grass field. Now, although I don't have a map of this this farm, I spotted the field. I thought, right, I'll message the landowner, well, the farmer rather, and see if it's one of his fields. Well, he came back and indeed it is. So it's got sheep in it at the far end over there. It's quite hilly. There's some ridge and furrow further across that way. I walked straight past that for now. And I thought I'd try this area down here. I'm probably only a couple of fields away from the field where I had the Roman finds from a couple of videos back, and the last video actually. So what have I had so far? Well, this is my fifth signal down here. Prior to that, I've had 4 shotgun caps. There are actually very few signals in the field. In some ways that's good because there's not so much rubbish and trash. But in other ways it means there hasn't been an awful lot of activity down here. So I'm going to concentrate in this particular field probably for the next hour or so and see how I get on. If it's very quiet, then I'll probably wander back towards the ridge and furrow over in that direction over there. So like I said, I've had 4 shotties so far, but I've just had a 23 signal down here on the Equinox. I'm using field 1, recovery speed 3 because I thought I wanted to get fairly deep. So yeah, anyway, let's stop waffling and let's show you this little find down here. It's quite a nice find. Right, so it's not particularly deep, probably 5 inches I would say, maybe 6. Yeah, and we've got a coin. Now, I think it's silver as well. I think that's possibly a love token. Go away, flies. Oh, excuse me a minute. Get rid of that one, thank you. Yeah, I think it's a love token. It looks like it's been filed down. There's a slight bend there on this left-hand side. Not so much on the right-hand side. I'm looking for the phone screen, so I can't really see an awful lot on there at all. I should have brought my reading specs, but I didn't want to lose them. So now, whoops, come back. There you go. In my, yeah, it was the last video, wasn't it? I found 2 love tokens in the field that's not too far away from here, and I think I said they were George III sixpences. Well, I got that wrong. I was corrected. Thank you very much for William III. So from the 1600s. So this is a similar size coin, I think. Actually, it may be a shilling, I think, this one. So it's more than likely going to be another William III, so from the 1600s. I'm not sure the exact date, to be fair, but something on the top there. Like I said, I can't quite make it out with my own eyes. But that's great. It's always rewarding to get a nice find like that. Shame there's no detail on it, but it is what it is. Brilliant. Right, I'll log the coordinates and have a drink, I think, and then we'll carry on walking around this field. I've just spent a bit of time down in this dip area down here, so it looks like it's been cut out. And a little bit of copper from it, just with something with a hole in it. I'll probably show you that in the roundup at the end of the video. I don't think it's anything in particular, but I'll show you just in case I'm wrong and someone can identify it for me. So yeah, that's quite rough down there. So I think what I'm going to do is leave that area and I'm going to concentrate on this grassy area up here and down to my right as well, where I'm stood at the moment. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Right, I'm still walking across this nice flat grass, lovely. And we've got a 21 signal in this hole, so I'm going to live dig it and see what it is together. Could be a bit of lead, could be a big shotty, could be a coin. I could be completely wrong. Get my pinpointer. Right, there we go. Let's have a look anyway. just in this back corner there. I've actually worn a couple of holes in my pinpointer, so I've popped in some araldite for now. But I think I'll have to get one of those covers. I think it was detecting on those stones in the last couple of videos. Just about there. Ground's rock hard. But you know what the weather's been like recently, so it's only to be expected. Not seeing anything. Nope, that's something hard. Was that a stone? I've missed it, I think, completely. Completely missed it. Nope. Ah. Ah. Well, would you believe it? Got another love token. From my neck. Oh, I've scratched it as well. Oh well, it's done now. I can darken that with a bit of bleach later on. I'm coming on this back of the camera because I can't quite see where I'm filming. Yep, without a doubt a love token. That's smaller than the last coin. Just let me have a look for comparison. Put that down there. Got my new finds box from my eldest son for my birthday the other week. And so there's the other one. Yeah, definitely smaller. So that's probably a shilling, and that must be a sixpence then, perhaps. Now, to be fair, I'd much rather find a coin that has some detail on it, but you get what you get, don't you? Lovely. Not bad at all. Excuse me, not bad at all. I've just been digging a 17-18 signal. The hole's now 9 inches deep, and it was just in that bottom corner there. I didn't want to do a live dig because there was a fair bit of iron in the background as well, and there's always a chance, because I got the iron bias set at 0, there's always a chance that I could be digging iron, as I did about a quarter of an hour ago when I dug a signal up. But it's out the hole, it came out with the last scoop of soil. Now, it's either a coin or a button, I think. It's a button. Yeah, that's the second button today, so I've not had many buttons. I'm going to say tomback. I think it's a tomback button, but it's got a bit of shininess on the back there. The last button of a similar size to this only gave a 10 signal. I don't know whether that was decorated or not on the front. I can't really tell. It's possibly not. Well, I'm just glad it's not a shotgun cap anyway, so I've had plenty of those today. Yeah, so a little button, that's alright. Let me just move this camera a bit. So I'm just down at the bottom of this field, near the gate over there. I thought I'd do this little area before heading back up to my left, and back up the hill again towards the ridge and furrow. I suspect, because there's a gate there, that must be this land, this farmer's field as well, over the other side of the fence there. That's got barley in it at the moment, so that could be another field to go in at the end of the year. Good, I'll have to find out. Believe it or not, this is actually ridge and furrow. It's quite flat over here though. It's more obvious over the other side of the hill there. Just had a signal in the low 20s, 21 I think it was, 22. It looks quite modern, but I don't actually know what it is. Let's get some light on it if I can. It's quite hefty actually. It feels a bit like lead, but it's not. It's obviously copper. Presumably modern, but not got a clue what that would have been used for. It's quite oddly shaped. It's almost sort of bell shape, but I don't think it's a bell. There's nothing on the inside that I can see. No threads. Doesn't appear to be a hole. Oops, sorry about that. Can I get the sunlight on it? I can't really. Doesn't appear to be a hole in the end there anyway. But there may have been an attachment there. I need some more gloves, don't I? Yeah, so I don't know what that is. So I'm gonna just carry on in this direction to my right for a little bit, then come back across here and over that way. Not many signals at the moment. Another 19 signal down here, probably 7 or 8 inches deep, I think that, just in the corner there. Huge lead bullet. New focus. I don't think that's focusing, is it? The size of that. Quite hefty, that one. I don't know what calibre that would be. It's the first one like that I found anyway. Got some damage just there. He says sticking his thumb right over it. Right, some sort of a bullet. I kind of feel like I've reached a point where every signal is going to be a shotgun cap. It's just turned out to be that kind of a day, really. I've just had a 20 signal down here. It's not a shotgun cap, but it's obviously shotgun related, musket related anyway, should I say. Oh, anyway, we've got a musket ball. So that makes a change from the other bits and pieces, really. But it's fairly hard going actually today. Yeah, there's not an awful lot of signals in this field. I'm back on this far end again where I started off. I've been right across the ridge and furrow. I was hoping to maybe pick up I don't know, something like a buckle or a spindle wall, something like that, but I haven't been that lucky today. But those 2 bits of silvers, obviously, at the start of the video, they were great little finds. It just didn't continue that way, which is a shame. It'd be better to find this towards the end of the video, wouldn't it, really? But that's just the way it goes. So yeah, that musket ball, that was about 6 inches deep, I suppose, 6 or 7 inches. So it's something anyway. Yeah, I think it's time for a cup of coffee. Yeah, I'm jiggered. Lovely location though. Nice and remote. Sound of the breeze blowing through the leaves on the trees, and the birds singing. It's lovely location. Oh, and an aeroplane in the sky. And I'm right up at the top of the field. It might be feeding time. Just wanted one last signal, and we've got one down there with a bit of silver. 1 shilling, 1942. Excellent. George the 6th, is it? Yep. I called back to that field a bit earlier on today. Just checking the microphones there. Yeah, the one from the last 2 videos, and the farmer has cultivated part of it now, part of that top field. I've had a quick walk over it, but I didn't get any signals, so I think it's probably a bit too aerated. So I think that'll be one to visit either later in the year or next year, whenever that happens to be. But he did say I could go in these two fields across the opposite side of the road. These have also been ploughed, I presume, and rolled, so they're also quite aerated. I've been across in one field behind the far hedge, but I've not had anything good really. I've had a lot of shotgun caps today, a few moo tubes, nowhere near as many as I got in the other field across there. Yeah, so I think it's going to be a very short video this. I just sort of keep you up to date with what's happening. I was hoping to put a video together today, but it's going to be a short one if I do. So this is the field we're in at the moment, and I was in the field just at the other side of the hedge there, but it's very quiet. Like I said, possibly due to the fact that it's recently been cultivated, rolled. Oh, right, let's show you these little few bits that I've had. So I've not had much at all. So a button, a musket ball, a copper coin, which looks to be totally worn, I think. Oops. So more than likely Georgian, sort of kind of halfpenny size. A nice little, I presume, a child's thimble. Doesn't look to have any great age to it, but it's quite good condition, that. I'll put that with the rest of my collection. This tiny little thing, I'm not sure what that is. Could be part of a button. Oops. But I can't see any. Oh yeah, could have been a shank there. You might be able to see in the video actually. Yeah, so that one. Another little lead shot there. I spotted that on the surface. It's like a little bit of flint. Crikey, I keep dropping stuff. I don't know if that's a microlith or what, I'm not sure really. I picked it up because I thought it was fairly interesting. I just had a signal just across there somewhere. It was, what was it about 1819 I think it was, and we've just dug this up. That's unusual. I think it might be a mount or a slider or something, strap slider, I'm not really sure. Or could it be a lid off something? It's one to research later on, but I'm not quite sure. I think it's copper, looks like copper. I don't know the age of it, could be Georgian, maybe later. I hope it's older. But yeah, that's quite interesting. Yeah, so that's where we're at the moment. Right then, let's show you all the rubbish finds. Most of this stuff was from the hunt where I didn't get much video from. Apart from the shotgun caps, most of those were from the the new field. A bit of a nightmare really, but that's the way it goes. It was along the side of a woodland, so there's obviously been a lot of shooting there over the years. Right, and the other bits and pieces. So we've got quite a lot of buttons on the bottom there. I think that little item that I showed you in the video, I think that probably was a button. Is it going to focus? Yeah, nothing anyway, nothing important. Little scrap of copper that I said I'd show you. Again, maybe nothing. Probably nothing actually, that one. So musket balls, possibly a pistol ball there. This large lead bullet, it's been suggested that it could be a Martini Henry round. So now it actually weighs just under 512 grains. So if there's anybody out there who's knowledgeable on munitions, perhaps you could put me right there. It's a big old chunky thing, is that? Little tiny thimble. I haven't cleaned it, obviously, it's just as I found it. Possibly a child's thimble. Doesn't look to have any great age to it. Could be late 1800s, 1900s maybe. I did find a little buckle actually in one of the fields. It's got, it looks like file marks on the outside edge of it. Now when I picked it up and found it, I thought, oh, it's a watch buckle, but I don't think it is actually. It could be a garter buckle. Can you see? I don't know if you can see the markings on that really. Hopefully you can. I mean, it does look fairly similar to some of the buckles from the 1720s to 1790s. So yeah, tiny little buckle. This thing, I put some photos on Twitter of this. One reply I got was it could be from the late 1800s, could be a strap slider for one of the heavy horse breeds. But somebody else thought it could be older than that, so I'm really not too sure on this. If you've seen something like this before and you can help, please do post a comment, because I'd love to be sure. I haven't found one quite the same as that on the PAS website, so I'm still a bit puzzled by that one. But it's a fairly hefty, chunky thing. So something horse related anyway. This one, I've also put photos of this on Twitter, and this is also, well, very few replies. It looks as though there was an attachment on the top. It's quite oddly shaped. There's a bit of a ridge around this, well, just one side really, or maybe halfway around it I should say. No markings that I can see. None on the inside, no screw threads. It weighs just slightly over an ounce. I did wonder if it could be a weight, but I think if it was a weight made out of bronze or brass or copper, you would think it'd have some markings on it. But it's, I don't know, it's a funny shape thing, is that? So I really don't know what that is, and I'd love to find out. The coins, I'm pretty sure that was a love token, but in the early stages of being made. It might have been lost when it was being made. Just bent on one edge. Sorry about the focusing. But it's definitely been filed down. And it's the right size for a William III shilling. Oh, and again, thanks to the folks from the last video who corrected me on the ID of those two of the love tokens. I got that wrong. I said George III, and it should be William III. And this one, probably a sixpence. Again, probably William III. So that's going to date from the late 1690s, and I think he died 1702, I think. So they've both got some good age to it. This little find's cleaned up remarkably well. I'm really surprised. It actually looks like it was lost just after it was put into circulation. It's fabulous condition. Now it's only 50% silver. Which is George VI, 1 shilling, 1942. And look at the sheen on that. That is an absolutely cracking little coin. That. It looks like new. Yeah, that's a little beauty. That. Well, the edges need a bit of a clean, but I was a miss those, didn't I? But some lovely detail on that. Yeah, so there we go, folks. Those were the finds. That new field, it was hard going. It was tiring walking up and down the slopes all the time. It was tiring digging up shotgun caps. But it's just what it is. I still enjoy myself anyway. And it's nice to get a new field to go on too. Right, folks, so thank you very much for watching. You all take care. Happy hunting if you're out detecting. And we'll catch you next time around. Bye for now.